I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 222 of the Code Freedom podcast. And I'm really excited because today we're going to talk about the journey to freedom. And so understanding that, of course, freedom is multifaceted. So we got spiritual freedom, we have health freedom, we have relationship freedom, we have so many different levels of freedom. But today specifically, I want to talk about the money or the financial side of things. Not that it's the most important thing, but it does rank right up there with oxygen, right? Because look, right now, eggs and all the other craziness that's happening with inflation, money's kind of important. Of course, it's not the only thing, but it is a very important piece to the puzzle. And so the key to really having freedom is to have your passive income greater than your expenses. In fact, do you know what your wealth is? I'll give you an example. Let's just say that your expenses was $5,000 a month, right? All your bills, $5,000 a month, and you had $30,000 in the bank. Well, then that means you could actually live for 6 months without having to work. Let's just say you couldn't work, or let's just say you didn't want to work. You could actually go for 6 months without having to do anything. That would be what we consider your wealth, 6 months. So the key is to build something and build enough streams of income where you could have passive income that you don't physically have to work for or very little effort at all, and it could actually pay that $5,000 on a regular basis, right? And so the key is that it's a journey. I want you to know that it is a journey, and it's a tough journey. There's a reason why so few people live that lifestyle or have that lifestyle. Matter of fact, I remember being in college, and we were teaching about this, and very few people even knew what passive income was, right? Because most people have earned income, the income that they work 40 hours, get paid 40 hours. But what we're saying is, yes, do that, start that way first, but that's not how you want to end up. You want to be building something, even if it's part-time, that can grow into passive income that will pay you when you're not working. And there's all kind of different things you can do. I mean, you can invest in dividend stocks. You could um, you could do affiliate marketing, you could do network marketing, you could do real estate and earn passive income there. There's so many different ways that you can earn passive income, but the key is that you start somewhere, right? And so I wanted to read a quick quote that I saw this week. I thought it was really, really powerful because I want you to know that number one, the journey is worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze, but it's not going to be easy. And so I want to give you some insight or some nuggets to help you on your journey so that when you get in the middle, like it's exciting when you start off on this journey, but once you get in the middle and you're out there, kind of like what I've talked about a few episodes ago, if you're in that boat and you're in the ocean and you see the island where you're trying to get to, but you also see the island that you left or the coast where you left, it's like you're just in the middle. And you got to decide, am I going to keep going forward or am I going to retreat and go backward? And so let me read this quote. It's actually from Mark Twain. And it says, one of the most important bits of advice that he would give is expect trouble as an inevitable part of your life. And when it comes to And when it comes, I'm sorry, hold your head up, look it squarely in the eyes and say, I am bigger than you. You cannot defeat me. I'm going to say that again. Expect trouble as an inevitable part of your life. And when it comes, hold your head up, look at it squarely in the eyes, and say, I will be bigger than you. You cannot defeat me. And I think that's so important because let's just keep it real. The obstacles are going to come. There's always going to be good versus evil, good and bad, right? You have the good grass and you have the weeds. And have you ever wanted to invest in the stock market, but you just didn't know how? That's exactly where I found myself. Is I just didn't know what to pick it, when to sell it, all of that good stuff. But I found an online community. I've been with this community for about a year now, and I love it. It's amazing. They discuss things like generational wealth, stock options, investing, business strategy, and so much more. So, online community that will support, encourage, and hold each other accountable to achieving goals and striving for greatness. So we talk about things like get money and buy income, but how do you buy income? What do you buy? Well, these are the types of things that we talk about in this community, and I think you'll enjoy it. So if you'd like to be a part of it, you get a special link. It's bit.ly/wealth squad 3. That's bit.ly/wealth squad 3. And you get a chance to be a part of this amazing community. And let's grow together. It seems sometimes like the weeds are growing faster than the good grass, but that's just because we have to pour more. We have to have so much good grass that it just drowns out the weeds, if that makes sense. We gotta focus on getting rid of the weeds. And so, of course, we got to get rid of the thinking. We got to surround ourselves with a community of people who can nurture us and help us and support us and grow us, mentors, coaches. I talk about these things all the time. But the biggest thing is we got to start training our mind. We have to renew our mind. The Bible talks about renewing our mind, and it's so critical because, like I said, on the last episode, a lot of who we are and how we live is based on what happened from 0 to 6, right? What we learned, what we saw, what we observed, right? And so the biggest key is we got to retrain our mind, renew our mind, get rid of this thinking. And while we're on this journey, we have to constantly be pouring into ourselves, but be around other people who can support you on this journey so that when things get hard, when you start to doubt yourself, when you don't know if you can keep going, you have that that's going to keep you going. Where you could say you could look the pain squarely in the eye. You could look the challenges and the circumstances that are not going your way. You could look it in the eye and say, I am bigger than you. I will defeat you. You cannot beat me. And when you have that kind of positive, that kind of faith, that kind of determination, that kind of unwavering, like, you will not outwork me, you will not beat me, you will not defeat me, that's when the rest is history. But we have to build that up like a muscle. We have to build it up like a muscle. So we constantly have to feed our faith and starve our doubts. We have to feed our faith and starve our doubts because the doubts can start to creep in. You have one doubt, then another doubt, then another doubt. And next thing you know, you go down this whirlwind that spirals into this negativeness of, of a thought. And look, we have 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are negative, but we have to decide which ones we want to keep, right? So the thoughts are going to come, but we get to decide which ones we're going to keep. And so decide that you're going to keep the positive ones. You're going to be intentional about putting positive thoughts into your mind, positive thoughts to drown out the noise, drown out all the negative stuff that sometimes comes into our head that says, can I do this? Can I make it? I'm not that good. I'm not good enough. Is it possible? Right? I'm telling you, the word impossible, we all know the very word says, I'm possible. So if you understand that, we have to understand that it's a fixed fight, right? Like, especially for those of you who you know who your father is, right? The most high heavenly father. And you know that he's already set it up for you to win. Jeremiah 29:11, it talks about he has a plan for you, a plan to give you hope and a future. So if you understand that your steps are ordered and you understand that there's a plan in place, then you understand that, look, the obstacle is here, but I'm going to win. And even sometimes when it seems like a defeat, it's really a win because you never lose, you only learn. You never lose, you only learn. And when we start to understand that, when we can start to internalize that, then we can understand that we will make it out on the other side. We will get to that freedom level that we're looking for. We will get to a place where our passive income can be greater than our expenses, where we can be able to spend more time with our family, our friends, where we can do more things in the community because we don't have to worry about the income because the income comes automatically, not just because it just magically appeared, because we worked hard for it. But we also had the faith that when the challenges came, we were going to keep working. We were going to take that licking and keep on ticking, right? We're going to keep on going in spite of, right? It's a must, not a should, right? It's a must, not a should. So we must have freedom. We must get to a place uh, where we can operate in cold freedom, like where we can operate in freedom in every area of our lives. It is an absolute must. It's a necessity. Your family depending on it, your community is depending on it. Somebody, you're going to get to serve somebody and change their life simply because you don't even have to worry about the financial side of things because your expenses are already paid. That's the place we all got to get to. And that's why code freedom is so important. And that's why I'm so dedicated to this podcast because I want to see more people win. And so, listen, guys, let's go get it. Let's go make it happen. It's January, and January is about to end. But I want you to know some of you may already be off track. You may already be not seeing things happen the way you want it to happen. And so that's why I wanted to just kind of have this message to you to say, look, don't get off track. Stay in the gym. Stay studying, stay praying, stay fasting, stay meditating, stay visualizing, stay working on your craft, stay working on the businesses and the investments and the things that you're doing to get you to a place of freedom. And I promise you, you're going to make it on the other side. So take care, take charge. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.